optimal health, financial freedom, finding your life purpose. It's called The Simple Life. I'm just doing it my way.
Welcome to The Simple Life with Gary Collins, your how-to guide for getting your shit together.
This is life. You gotta work on all these till the day you die. The only thing missing is you getting off your butt and doing it.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The Simple Life with Gary Collins. That is me, your gracious host. Well, some think so, some don't. That's the way life works. But make sure thesimplelifenow.com is my website. I am an author. That's where all my books are. That's where all my products are. Everything I do is there. We're working on a new one. Sorry, it's a little late. We had to do some things to make it better. That's the key. But the journal's getting ready to go away. So at the first year here, everyone's doing their New Year's resolutions, which I talk about. I hate them because I think you should, anything to do with changing your life, you should do when you need to change your life, not as a New Year's resolution. But I know a lot of people are motivated with that. So I will keep it available. Probably we're running low. So I don't know. It depends if we sell out before. Because remember, I do these on special runs. I own everything. It's done in America by Americans. Again, not sitting on a container in Long Beach because it came from China. I don't support any of that. All products on my website are made in America, and they always have been, and they always will. I will never sell out. I'm an American. I need to support this economy. That's why the products are made in America. And I serve my country in the military. This is a veteran-owned company as well. Very important. All right, just make sure people understand that. I walk the walk. I don't talk a bunch of BS. But today we're going to be doing a review for new people. Remember, there's always new people coming in to the podcast and what I do. And I realized I had not done an episode on this in quite a while. So it was time, and things change. You know, it's always good to do a refresher. The refreshers are good for me too, because hey, just because I created it doesn't mean that I don't get off track as well. It happens. Hey, we're human. It happens to all of us. And I've been getting some questions about the false prophets episode because I let it loose. Some people are really pissing me off. In 2022 was going to be the year of letting it fly. And I know, here's the thing. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but some people are going to be upset. We live in a world of special snowflakes and little soft bunny rabbits, and they get offended at everything. And if you say things that are blunt and straightforward, you become hateful. You become mean, shaming. Wah, 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 wah. Wah. Babies are wah, wah. A lot of them in this world today, in this country. Here's the thing, guys. If you don't like, and gals, if you don't like it, don't tune in. I mean, I can't make this any simpler. I don't want you here if you don't want to be here. It's that easy. I'm not doing this to be a celebrity and to be a mega millionaire. I'm not doing it for that. If I was, I'd be placating you and kissing your butt. I'm not going to. This place is a place for change, honesty, being a better person. And if you find, I get the comments and people, I'm not completely not tuned into what people think. I try not to pay a whole lot of attention to it. I tend to pay attention to my emails because those are the real listeners and real followers of mine and customers who have been with me for a long time or just coming in and want to send a note. Those are the ones I pay attention to. Like I said, I had the negative reviews episode. If you want to go back and listen to that, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave me a positive review. Those people never send emails because they're cowards, and that's the way they are because they know that I will prove them wrong. And I'm also very open. I will listen. If I'm being a jackass and you state your facts correctly, I will adjust accordingly if I agree. All right. Hey, that's the way this world works, man. I'm not here to be a dictator. I'm not here to be your supreme leader. Matter of fact, I would never, ever want to do any of those or anything close. So with that, as we get new people, and I want them to understand, the simple life concept, because some people look at my directness and how I speak. And it's weird today. This is where things get confusing for a lot of people is there's a group of people. I don't think it's a large group. I don't know anymore. As I as I look around and I travel and everything, half the time I don't know what's going on. I'm honestly lost by the way people live and why they choose to live the way they do. Nothing wrong. Hey, that's the great thing about being in a free country. You do whatever the hell you want. Hey, it's up to you. You can run your life however you want, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. And it appears even if you want to hurt other people, I guess that's okay in some parts of the country. But people confuse the truth and directness, and they instantly put it into hatefulness, like I said, and that it puzzles me that I get that I'm direct. I get that I have my Garyisms and things I say that are very blunt that sometimes hurt people's feelings. Well, guess what? You know what? If you're going to go through the world today and you expect your feelings not to get hurt, good luck. I don't know what to tell you, little snowflake. Go hide somewhere and never communicate except for on social media, which these are some of the most hateful people is the ironic part. They spend most of their time on social media. I know when they do, because I can tell. And they sit there and they're keyboard warriors where they tell everyone how smart they are and how brilliant they are and how much everyone else sucks. You're an asshole if you don't believe in what they are. You're hateful. You're a racist, bigot, sexist, homophobe. And that's their default because they have nothing to stand on. And we don't want to be those people. If you think what I do is hateful, again, go away. Don't listen. Go somewhere else where you fit in. That's the great part about this world. No matter what your belief system is, no matter, the things you're interested in, there's always a group for you. I mean, you can find your group. There's, billions of people. Figure it out. If I'm not your flavor, I'm not your flavor. That's all there is to it. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape that you don't fit their agenda. And I talked about this in the last episode of people expecting the world to change to them as opposed to them changing to the world. The simple life and what I teach in the Three-Legged Stool of Simple Life is about adapting to your environment. But that doesn't mean giving in and caving in and not standing up for what you believe. Anyone knows me knows I stand up for what I believe in. I will not cower and I will not apologize to any woke idiots ever, unless I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, I'm okay with that. But most of the time, woke idiot, it's not based on facts. It's based on their little special feelings, which great. Go hang out with your crowd. You guys have been shown to eat each other pretty much. We used to call it eating your own in the government. And you never want to be around people like that. You just don't. And being truthful and honest today seems to be an impediment to most people. As far as they think you're in their way because you're being truthful and honest. I've always said, and I firmly believe this is my philosophy. It may not be yours, but it's mine, that if I'm doing something stupid, smack me in the face and take the shovel of stupidity out of my hands. If no one tells you you're acting the fool, you continue to act the fool. And like I've said, be tactful about it and don't be going out just telling everyone how stupid they are. Here's the thing. For people who come in here and decide that I'm hateful, mean, nasty, I just don't have any feelings, I don't understand them. I do this. You don't. That's the difference. You search the internet and you get on social media and you shouldn't be doing any of that for this crap anyway. If you come here, you choose to listen to me. This is what I do. It's not what you do. Do you get the difference? And I'm not saying that to insult anyone. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is what I do. I created this business and it's based upon my feelings and that people wanted me to share this. For those who haven't heard the story, this didn't come about by me sitting around trying to figure out a way to make money. This came about organically. People were interested in what I was doing in the simple life, which I later created as a term. But I've been doing this for well over a decade. Well before all this shit was popular, everyone was putting out their decluttering books and cute little things. I was doing this well before. I grew up very poor, very simple. I was returning back to my roots of what made me happy as a kid because I didn't have much, and that's what I looked at. I had this self-reflection point after during the end of my government career where I went, I'm just unhappy. So I need to change this. I can sit here and woe me bitch about it, cry, be a baby, or I can do something about it. Well, I chose to do something about it, and it wasn't easy. It was very, very difficult. And I talked about in the last episode of one of the downsides of living the simple life. I highly recommend you listen to these kind of, you don't have to listen to them in order. I think they're fine. They're standalones. I never try to do anything that's in a particular order that you can always go back, review at any time. I just like doing that. About the jealousy. And that shocked me that simple me, I'm no bazillionaire. I'm not worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not doing, I don't even want to, which is weird, right? Because trust me, I spent a part of my life chasing money, trying to, and I thought it would make me happy. I realized it didn't. It just didn't. Things didn't make me happy. So that's how I adjusted and came up with all this. But yeah, so I hope people understand who come here that where I come from is a place of doing this stuff. I didn't read some Tony Robbins book and decide to be his lackey or something. That's not me. I never understood his stuff to begin with, to be honest. Yeah, I'm clueless. Like I don't get it. Nothing wrong with Tony. I don't get it. It's not my thing. But with that, I created all this. Not to say that I wasn't influenced by outsiders and that I'm a genius and I created all this from zero. That's impossible today. There's no one original. No one. I don't care. Elon Musk isn't original. He learned the things he learned to get him to where he's at from other people. We all do that. That's humans. That's how we evolve, for God's sakes. But what I have done is put these pieces together in my way with my philosophy. And that's where the three-legged stool came from. And where it really originated from is a couple years ago, it may have been maybe 3 years ago now, maybe longer. People were interested in what I was doing in my lifestyle and what I was doing. So I always had the 5 principles of the simple life. Go and review those. I don't want to get into this one. It'll make it too long. They're in my books. Here's the thing. I've got a course on the three-legged stool. It's in the show notes. I've got a book, short book, that outlines everything in the three-legged stool of the simple life. I put these pieces together, different formats for people to follow. You can get the ins and outs and dig into it a little deeper. And just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. There's a lot to it. We're going to dig into that. But I had to come up. What I noticed was people were getting confused by my concepts. And I thought the 5 principles of the simple life, which I'd created a long time ago and tweaked, it was people were having a hard time kind of grasping my concept of the simple life. So I remember I went in my hotel room. I was doing a speaking event. And I went, I need to simplify and dumb this down a bit. Because even I was confused. I mean, I was confused by my own stuff, ironically, right? I'm like, well, maybe this is a little fuzzy. And so I went through and I went, what's the simplest principles, basics? I mean, what's the bedrock, the cornerstone of what I teach? What is it? That's where the simple life three-legged stool came from. And it so happened to be 3 things. And I went, okay, 3 things. And I went, a stool. It kind of puzzled together. It's not like I'm the first person to come up with a 3-legged or 4-legged stool of something. It made sense to what I was doing, because if you remove any one of those legs, the stool falls over. And that's what makes a 3-legged stool interesting and unique. A 4-legged stool, technically you can pull one leg out and it'll stand. A 3-legged stool, you pull out one leg and it's over. It's going to fall over. And that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to pinpoint the 3 things that you must do to achieve this life. And I don't mean twist your arm and put you in a jail cell and torture you. What I'm saying is, from firsthand experience and working with literally thousands of people and speaking over the years, I mean, I've taught a lot of people, sold books, the whole bit, that I learned that these were the keys. These are the keys to success and living the life you want.